Hello students, welcome back. This is Class 6th Science, Chapter number 3, Fiber to Fabric. As of now, you have gone through all the video lectures of this chapter. However, in this last video, I will be summarizing all the topics one after another. To summarize this chapter, I have divided it into 3 parts. Let us start with them. As already mentioned, we will be learning this chapter into 3 parts. The first part is fiber. Under this section, we will be learning about types of fibers and few examples of fibers. Students, you all know we wear clothes made from different raw materials which are obtained from plants as well as animals like cotton, jute, silk, wool, nylon, etc. However, in our syllabus, we will be just focusing upon some natural fibers, few plant origin fibers, and few animal origin fibers. As the name of the chapter suggests, in this chapter we will be covering the journey of a cloth, starting from fiber to fabric. In this journey, the first step is obtaining fibers. Before learning about how and from where the fibers are obtained, let us first learn what is fiber. The long, thin, thread-like strands are called fibers. The properties of the fibers depend upon the source they are obtained from. Let us now look at what are the different types of fibers. Different types of fibers are used in preparation of different clothes. They are natural fibers and man-made fibers. Natural fibers are further divided into two based upon their origin. Number 1, plant origin. Number 2, animal origin. Whereas man-made fibers are prepared from chemicals. Let's have few examples of fibers. Number 1, fibers of plant origin. These are the fibers which we get from plants. Cotton and jute. Number 2, fibers of animal origin. As the name suggests, we extract these fibers from the animals. Silk and wool. Number 3, man-made fibers or synthetic fibers. These are the fibers which are created or synthesized by the man. Rayon, nylon, and polyester are some of the examples. In the previous slide, we looked at few examples of different types of fibers. Here, we will be learning about each of them. Number 1, cotton fiber. Cotton is obtained from cotton plants. Cotton plant is a small annual shrub. It grows in places having black soil and warm climate. In India, cotton is grown in the states of Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. The next question arises: how cotton fibers are obtained from plants? The fruit of the cotton plant is a small green ball-like structure called cotton ball. It contains many seeds covered with hair inside it. These hair are the cotton fibers. On maturing, the ball bursts open. Hence, the fiber is then collected. It is very difficult to separate the fibers from seeds by hands. That is why large steel combs called gins are used for this purpose, and therefore the process of removing seeds from the mass of cotton fibers is called ginning. In these pictures, you can very easily see the cotton ball. Subsequently, on maturing, the ball bursts and cotton fibers can be taken out from them. The second example of fiber is jute. Jute is obtained from a plant called putsen. It grows in low-lying land with clayey soil which gets plenty of rainfall. In India, jute is mainly grown in West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. Jute fiber is obtained from the outer part of the stem of the jute plant. The jute plant is normally harvested when it is at flowering stage. The stems of the harvested plants are immersed in water for few days. Similarly, it is given here that the jute plant is immersed in water to soften the fiber and to enable it to be removed from the stem. The process to separate jute fibers from its stem by keeping the stems immersed in water is called retting. Through these pictures, you can see how jute is cultivated and the jute plant is immersed in water just to soften the outer part so that the jute fiber can be easily extracted from it. Wool is the third example of fiber. Wool is obtained from the hair or fleece of goat, sheep, yak, or rabbit. It traps the body heat so that it is good to wear in winters. The process of removing hair from these animals is called shearing. The next fiber is silk. Silk is a natural protein fiber obtained from a protective covering called cocoon made by silkworm around itself. The process of growing silkworm on mulberry trees and obtaining silk from them is called sericulture. In the second part, we will be learning about yarn. Basically, we will learn about the process by which the fiber is converted into yarn, that is, spinning. Students, you all are aware that in this chapter we will be learning about the journey of a cloth. In lecture number 1, we have learned about the first step, that is obtaining fiber. Now, let us learn about the rest of the steps. The intermediary step is making yarn from fiber. Conversion of fiber into yarn is the second step. Let us now first understand what is yarn. When fiber is pressed and twisted, a longer and stronger stance is obtained. That is called yarn. The next question which arises is how yarn is made from fibers. The process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. Devices used for spinning are number 1, charkha, number 2, hand spindle or takli. In these pictures, you can have a look at both the devices which are used for spinning fiber into yarn, namely takli and charkha. In part number 3, we will be learning about fabrics. How the yarns are converted into fabric by the processes like knitting and weaving. Let's take our journey forward. Now we'll be learning about step 3, that is making fabrics from yarn. As of now, we are already aware that fibers are obtained from different sources, then they are converted into yarn, and in this step we will be learning about the conversion of yarn into fabric. Fabrics. The material or cloth made by the arrangement of yarns is called fabrics. There are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarn. The two main processes are number 1, knitting, number 2, weaving. What is knitting? The process of making a piece of fabric using a single yarn is called knitting. We are also interested in knowing what is weaving. The process of making a piece of fabric using two sets of yarn is called weaving. As we discussed in the previous slide, how weaving is done. Weaving of fabric is done on looms. Looms are the machines used to weave clothes. The looms are either hand operated or power operated. In these pictures, you can see knitting is done with the help of knitting needles, whereas weaving is done on looms. Students, that's all for this video. I hope the summarized video of this chapter has helped you in understanding and revising all the topics in one go. Still, if you have any doubt, feel free to write it in comment section. I will be happy to clarify all of them. As far as your homework is concerned, do log in to your EdQuark account on regular basis and check all the assignments. Few assignments will be uploaded there for you for your practice. At last, on 21st April, that is Tuesday, your exam will be conducted on this chapter. Questions will be uploaded on EdQuark. Thank you.